Good afternoon. Welcome to Monday's Market Outlook here at Top Gun Options. TGO, I'm Matthew Buckley. My call sign is Wiz. And some pretty good news out of China today is propelling our burner trade that we covered last Tuesday during our primary live trade brief to over $3,500 in profit in under a week. So that's a bullish trade on China. But let's talk through some strategic issues with China right now. Beijing has ordered 200 ships to the Spratly Islands, and I sailed through this area on the Abraham Lincoln and the Kitty Hawk, and this is a big deal, folks. This is another very, very belligerent move out of China in the Pacific, where essentially, and the Spratlys are claimed by Japan, Korea, Vietnam, Philippines, China. Really is a food fight here in the Pacific. If things are going to get ugly in the world, I think it's going to be right here in the South China Sea. And, oh, that's right. And I think Malaysia actually claims ownership of them too. So this is a big deal. So as I've reminded my members over the past 3-6 months, this isn't necessarily about a trade deal. This is about China becoming really dominant strategically in the region and also in the world. So as everybody's kind of paying attention to what's going on with trade news, this is the real news, folks, is China's just expanding into the Pacific unchecked. Good news on the drug front, China bans all types of fentanyl, fulfilling a pledge to Trump down at the G20 summit in Buenos Aires, Argentina. The president said, hey, not only do I want a trade deal, I want some other issues resolved as well. So because most of the fentanyl that's flooding into this country is coming from China, and I think they just made it not only illegal, but the death penalty if you're caught pushing this stuff in China. So fulfilling a pledge to Trump, that sounds pretty bullish there, folks. And check out this surprise news. China's PMI rose to 50.5 in March from an implosion of 49.2 in February. Remember, a PMI reading under 50 means contraction or recessionary outlook for the economy. Anything above a 50 means expansion. So really, really rip your face off rally. So this came out last night our time. Good China data that caused European markets to rally, which is causing our markets to rally as well. So big gap up today, and it looks like we're trying for what's 7? 5 was Quinn, 6 is Sex, a septuple top or something like that. See if we can get above and hold above kind of this 28-ish, 100-ish level on the S&P 500. But let's take a look at that, man. We covered a kind of a top secret, what we call a burner trade on FXI. Last Tuesday in a free live trade brief open to the public, in our full throttle, we put on a 43, 42.5 bull put spread, and with that credit, we went out there and bought some upside calls, the 45 strike calls. Really great looking trade, and just went up even more money. So up over $3,500 in less than a week, and that would have paid for a year of full throttle max membership and $600 to go out for a nice dinner in under a week, folks. So if you didn't grab your full throttle slot, sorry, we are closed until I think the next one's June. I think the next big full throttle push will be in June. So doors are closed. Unfortunately, don't. If you somebody actually, a couple people wrote over the weekend or to support like, hey, any more full throttle slots, and the answer is no. We'll see you next time. Brazil's top election court catches Google doing what? Manipulating search results to point to negative stories on Bolsonaro, just like they did with President Trump. So you know what Google said? They actually admitted that they did this and said, well, we really don't have to apologize because we once we heard that this was going on, we fixed it really, really quickly. Another piece of shit limousine liberal company. We'll get to Facebook in a couple seconds here, but comical. The future of Brazilian stocks hinges on 2 words: pension reform. So last week I reported that Bolsonaro was going after military pensions in a big way. So good on him. Take a look at the EWZ. Now, the EWZ imploded about a week and a half to 2 weeks ago on what? Former President Temer getting arrested in the car wash corruption probe. I told you the EWZ was going to rebound and to get even longer EWZ on this pullback, and this thing is officially, as of today, back to about half the gap. So really nice recovery out of the EWZ. I told you it was going to recover, and that we have these, sometimes we have these political flare-ups that cause the EWZ to pull back. You should use that as an opportunity to get long Brazil. So obviously, U.S. stocks open the week higher. Really strong move on the China PMI data. Very, very busy week. We get payroll, non-farm payroll on Friday. We get our PMIs. We get some trade numbers, and we'll see what's going on with that clown car over in Europe known as Brexit. Check out this. You ready for this, folks? Here's what I'm talking about. Another piece of shit limousine liberal stock. Facebook accidentally scrubbed years of Mark Zuckerberg's old posts. Facebook accidentally deleted a bunch of his old posts during very pivotal periods in the company's history. This is Facebook, ladies and gentlemen. The company says the posts were mistakenly deleted due to technical errors, and these weren't flattering posts, folks. And you know what they said? The resources to try and make these posts viewable again or to find them is kind of, really tough to do. The people that actually wrote this stuff and the people at Facebook actually believe what they're typing. That's what's crazy. The most dangerous part of being with a narcissist sociopath is they actually believe their lies. Take a look at that, folks. Facebook accidentally deleted a bunch of his posts that they didn't want the public to see anymore. I seriously, and you want to be bullish on a company like that? Zuckerberg backs stronger internet privacy and election laws. We need more active role for governments. Now the dude's begging the government, please come in and regulate us. You know why he's doing that? It puts a bigger moat around Facebook. The barrier to entry to open any other competing platform is going to be ginormous now with massive government regulation. When he started it, there wasn't any government regulation. And they used the shit out of all of us. Remember, Mark Zuckerberg said anybody who gave them gave him their personal information is a dumb F word. You're a dumb F if you ever gave Mark Zuckerberg anything. But now he's calling for government regulation. The man's awful. All of these stocks. Apple slides as Chinese iPhone prices are slashed. I told you about this too. Apple's going. I warned all these limousine liberal stocks would implode, and we were right. What did I say to target instead? Amazon. During that same 1 year period, Amazon has absolutely printed money, and it's back to enjoying a rip your face off rally. We have our weekly options brief coming up here at 1 o'clock. We're going to look at a bull put spread here on Amazon. We're going to get back into our weekly options trades on Amazon. Oh, forgot to brief you on this. So Unplanned, big anti-abortion movie that premiered over the weekend. Twitter suspended their account for no reason. All of a sudden, out of the blue, the day the movie premiered, their Twitter account was suspended. Wonder if it was the same purple-haired nose ring lady that suspended Trump's Twitter account one time for, what was it, like an hour or something like that, until the company scrambled and figured out that, one of their employees did that. These are just awful stocks, folks. Be bearish on them. I'm telling you, they're absolutely going to implode. The only one you should be in, if ditch all the fangs, guys, I'm going to tell you again, ditch every fang. And the T silent. It's T-Fang. Twitter, Facebook, and the T sound, it's Tefang, okay? So get out of all of those. Get into the ones we like here at Top Gun Options. We're having an absolute blast, okay? So have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and God bless. I'll see my weekly options members at 1 o'clock.